In this video, I'm going to teach you the one thing that you need to have in your coaching business if you want to help more people, make more money, and have a systematized business that works for you rather than you working for it. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. Awesome. First of all, welcome to everybody on to the mastermind today. Anybody that does not know me, my name is Chris Berry. I am the founder of TD Coach and also the coaching mastermind. And ultimately, in today's call, I'm just going to be I'll give one piece of kind of overview first. We have these calls every single week where we break down most commonly asked questions by you guys and the most important things that you need to be doing in order to grow your coaching business. So today, what we're going to be discussing is the most important thing you need to grow your coaching business. Now, one thing that I have noticed after working with hundreds of coaches is that it's not for a lack of effort. It's not for a lack of passion or anything, or typically a lack of skill. The hard part is that most coaches, you guys here, you have a specific skill. You have something that you're exceptionally good at, and it might not be growing a coaching business. You might be really good at getting people to lose weight. You might be phenomenal at teaching people how to make money through stock trading, through real estate investing, through getting better relationships, through being happier and getting more fulfillment out of life. Whatever it is that you coach people on, you're phenomenal in that endeavor. The thing is, though, is that the skill set needed to lose weight or to make money stock trading is different than the skills and traits that you need in order to grow a coaching business. So to demystify and to make it more simple for you guys, I want to break down what is the most important thing that you need in order to grow your coaching business. And simply put, what that is what I like to call a CGE. Okay. And what does CGE mean? Okay. A CGE just simply means a community growth ecosystem. Now, I might be asking, what in the world does that mean? Why is this important to growing my coaching business? What most coaches do, they don't focus necessarily on the right areas. And so breaking down what is inside of a CGE, your community growth ecosystem, are these three things right here, okay? You need to understand, how do you generate leads, clients, everything? How do you go ahead and nurture these people, right? And then how do you convert them? So ultimately, diving into this very first one, okay? Number one is going to be generate. Number two, we're going to talk about is nurture. And number three is going to be converting those people. All of this is around your CGE. And one thing that I find is typically very helpful, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a picture here for you guys, okay? Just to give a little bit better of an understanding of what exactly a CGE is, okay? I want you to imagine, and what this is exactly what you think it is, it's a spider web. And ultimately, once you have your CGE, your community growth ecosystem, you will close a significant higher amount of people, and you'll continue to grow your coaching business. Now, one caveat I do have, if you are not interested in making a lot of money from your coaching business, if you're not interested in doing this over the long term, then this might not be the best path for you. Ultimately, if you are looking to grow your coaching business significantly, to reach more people, to make more money, and do this over a long-term time frame because you're really passionate about this, then the CGE model is the exact model that you need to be doing now. And the thing is that, as I said, most coaches don't understand the right systems that they need to do in order to really grow a coaching business, or they're too short-minded or are constantly just trying to go out fishing and just every single day going in, okay, I'm going to just make enough money that I need to survive this month or whatever, rather than making a proper system, an ecosystem that allows you to make sure that you're never going to go hungry. So you make a business that serves you rather than you serving it. So instead of you, yes, I'm not going to lie to you, it takes time to go ahead and build out this CGE. And as you continue to build it out and first focusing on the revenue generating, so you're not sitting there hungry and not able to put food on the table from your business. But once you have the system built out, it will continuously nurture clients, attract clients, and go ahead and sell clients for you so that you're not needing to go ahead and constantly be going out fishing every single day and worried, am I going to go ahead and make the right amount of money that I need to survive this month, year, whatever you're looking at. So breaking this down here, CGE, why in the world do I have a picture of a spider web up here? The reason why is because I want you to imagine your CGE like a spider web. Every single person that you speak to or come in contact with might not be ready to purchase your highest level program. Let's say it's a $30,000 program. Let's say that maybe you sell a $5,000 program. Not everyone is going to be ready to purchase a $5,000 program. And one thing that so many coaches do when they get on these sales calls is that they step up to the plate, right? They're up to bat. Let's go baseball analogy now, okay? They go up to bat and they expect to hit a grand slam every single time or hit a home run every single time. The thing is that, and ultimately, if you're looking to go ahead and, let's say, for example, in baseball, if you're just constantly swinging for the fences, Yes, of course, it can work out. Ultimately, sometimes getting singles is the more strategic thing, or getting a double, or focusing on just hitting a ball so that you can go ahead and get one of your runners in to score a point. So I say that because rather than you showing up every single time only going for the $5,000 sale, not everyone's going to be ready. You're going to be losing a lot of customers that you could have helped. Because one thing that's also really important to remember, not only if a person doesn't go and buy from you, are they just not going to move forward? There's a high probability. Once a person clicks on your ad or sees you or is out looking for an answer, there's a high probability that your competitors will be doing the same thing to them. Therefore, if you don't go ahead and sell them, they'll probably go out to one of your competitors. And what I want you to remember is that you're in this because you have a passion. You're inside of this community because you want to be surrounded by like-minded individuals that genuinely care about their clients and genuinely get them results. So if you do not go ahead and sell this person, you do not get this person involved within your ecosystem, the CGE that I'm going to go ahead and cover more in depth here, then they're going to go to one of your competitors that high probability do not care as much as you care and will not get as good as results as you do. So within that, every single person that you speak to, you need to create your CGE like a spider web so that every single person gets into this ecosystem and they constantly get pushed closer and closer and closer to the middle, which is where they purchase your $5,000 program, your $30,000 program, whatever it is. And so within that, I'm about to jump back into my iPad so we can determine how do we actually build out this ecosystem? How do we build out this spider web so that regardless of wherever everyone is, you're able to attract them, get them inside of the CGE, and then continue to ascend them to the point to where they're becoming paying customers of you. They consistently show up and they pay you high ticket because that's where the real money is. There are 3 stages of the CGE, right? You obviously have the generate piece, you have the nurture piece, and you have the convert piece. Okay, so first things first, we want to go ahead and talk about generating because this is where most coaches, I'll say, go wrong because ultimately they have this philosophy is I'm going to go ahead and build this product, okay, whatever it looks like. I'm going to put a little bow on top of it. Okay, there's a reason why I'm in coaching, not in drawing. Let's pretend like this is a present, okay? And as we're here, they have this philosophy, build and it will come, and they will come. The hard part is, especially in the coaching industry, and this is the main reason why I came into the coaching industry to serve people like you guys and help you guys grow your coaching businesses, is because oftentimes the best coach does not win. Yeah, sometimes it does, but ultimately the best marketer is typically the one that wins because you could have the most amazing product and get the best results for people. But if nobody knows about you, nobody's going to purchase your products and services from you. So one thing that we need to make sure that we're doing when building your CGE is you need to understand how are you going to constantly be generating people, generating leads into your business. Okay. So within that, now we're getting into the lead generation side of things. And as you're doing this, there's a couple of different ways. There's 3 different ways that you can go ahead and be generating leads for your business. Okay. Number 1 is paid ads. Okay. That's number 1. Number 2 is outreach. Okay. And then number 3 is organic. Okay. And when I say organic, I mean making posts on social media, whether that be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. When I say outreach, I mean you are DMing people on these various platforms, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, whether it be doing outreach to an email list of people you have, whether it be going to your contact book and reaching out to people. These are all different forms of doing and generating leads. And the one that I most highly recommend for the coaches that I work with is paid ads. And the reason why paid ads I recommend so highly is because it provides consistency for your business, right? If you're going ahead and you're just doing organic and you have these, let's say, for example, you have relationships and you have affiliates that periodically will send you people, or let's just say you solely rely on word of mouth, right? Which is a lot of coaches because, and that's the crazy part. Imagine, let's say you're making $5,000 to $10,000 a month from your coaching business just solely based off of referrals. You don't have a consistent system of bringing new in clients. Imagine once you add a consistent system of paid ads and how that will able to help grow all of this within your business. Okay. So coming back here, the beautiful part is that unlike organic or outreach within that, because yes, it is somewhat consistent, but not as consistent as paid ads, you can go ahead with paid ads and say, okay, awesome. This week, I'm going to spend, let's say, for example, just $100. Okay. And when I go ahead and I spend $100, I get about 1 lead for every $10. Therefore, if I spend $100, I'm going to get 100 leads into my business. Simple enough. That makes sense. Now, how do you go ahead? Let's say you want to generate 100 leads. Very simple. You just add a zero at the end. And now you go ahead and you spend $1,000 for $10 a lead. And now you have 100 leads. And this is why it is so powerful, because now you have this. We're going to go ahead and talk more about the nurturing convert here in a second. But we all understand the concept. Okay. You get a certain amount of leads into your business. Okay. And then in the end, a certain amount of leads will go ahead and convert into sales for your business. Therefore, the more leads that you get for your business, and you have these other things dialed in that we're going to talk about within your CGE, the nurture and the converting part. Now, the more of these leads you get into your business, the more you will get converting and buying your products or services. And it's not like it's just questionable. Okay, this month I did $30,000. Next month I did $5,000. Then I did $2,000. Then I did $15,000. Your business isn't going like this, because when you have consistent leads coming in, you can have consistency with your business as you have these other things dialed in that I'm going to talk about. So this is the reason why I most highly recommend coaches to go ahead and go paid ads, because it provides a consistent, predictable way for you to do one of the most important parts of your business, right? Building out this CGE, and that is generating leads into your business. Because like I said before, if nobody knows about your products or services, then nobody's going to go ahead and buy it. So this is one of the key foundational pillars that you need to have in your business while building this CGE, and that is generating. Okay. So once again, these are the 3 ways that you can go ahead and generate leads into your business. The one that I most highly recommend is running paid ads. There's a lot of different platforms out there that you can run paid ads. You could do Meta, which includes Facebook and Instagram. You could do Google, which includes YouTube, Google search, aka AdWords. You can do Twitter. You can do Pinterest. There's so many different things that you can do. Ultimately, the one that I typically start a lot of the coaches I work with, I start them off on Meta because that's where the most amount of people are. Long story short, there, figure out what you want to do, regardless of whatever these 3 it is. But you need to make sure that you have a consistent way to generate leads into your business to really get your CGE properly working to grow your business. So this is first part of the CGE. Now, moving on to part 2 of your CGE, and that is nurturing. Okay, guys, there's a couple of different things that is really important to understand as you're looking to grow your coaching business. 2 things that I want to share with you. Number 1 is I want to talk about low trust. So right now, there have been, over the past couple of years, different surveys that have been conducted that have shown that right now in American culture, we are at one of the lowest points of person-to-person trust ever in recorded history. Why do I share that? Because not only the fact of as a whole, as a society here in America, do we have low trust, we all know how much of a bad rap, unfortunately, this online coaching space and just coaching in general gets, because a couple of bad actors, a couple of bad apples go ahead and scam people. They don't go ahead and fulfill upon their promises. They go ahead and take people's money and don't give them the result on it, whatever it may be. And because of that, everyone else has a bad taste in their mouth, thinking that you're going to be like that. Okay. So the hard part is that it's coming from the bad actors. Okay. And now what's going to happen is that they're going to go ahead and associate you as a coach, even though you have a heart, even though you want to genuinely help them, regardless of whether it is true, whether you want to help people or not, they're going to associate that with you. So one thing that you need to understand, this is the environment that you're currently working in. Number 1, there's just low trust as a whole within the USA. And then on top of that, our industry has other bad actors that are tainting it even more. So there's exceptionally low amounts of trust within the entire space when you're looking to sell people. Okay, so that's the first point that I want you to go ahead and pay attention to. Okay, the second thing I want you to know and understand is that Google actually did a study. Okay, and for anyone that doesn't know about it, it's called the 7-11-4 study. Long story short, from this entire study, what they found out is that on average, before a person has to buy a product or service from you, they have to consume 7 hours worth of content from you, over 11 different touch points, over 4 different mediums. Now, what does this mean? That means, on average, for a person to trust you enough to go ahead and decide, I want to buy Judy's course for $5,000. Yes, yes, you, Judy. They need to go ahead and consume 7 hours worth of your content. Okay, over 11 different touch points. This could be, they get 1 email, they get 1 phone call, they see 1 of your posts on Instagram, they see 1 of your YouTube videos, 11 different touch points, okay, over 4 different mediums. Some of them I just described. Could be an email, could be a phone number, could be YouTube, could be Instagram, could be Facebook, whatever it is. they need to go ahead and have these three things in place for them to feel comfortable to purchase a product from you. Now, why in the world am I explaining this, and why is this important when talking about the nurturing part of your CGE? Because the thing is, most coaches, as I said before, they go and they just start swinging for the fences. And if someone doesn't buy right now because they maybe haven't reached these metrics yet, the 7, 11, 4, or they just still have low trust in you, they're not going to buy, and you're going to lose them. Versus if you go ahead and you get them involved within your spider web, you get them involved within your CGE, so that now, instead of just losing that sale and them going to somebody else because the other coach has a CGE to where they can nurture them, where they can go ahead and get to know, like, and trust this coach, then they're going to go ahead and do it, and you're going to lose the sale. So how do we go ahead and do this, and why is it important? When it comes to nurturing, you need to understand that these two pieces play a pivotal part. Now, how in the world do you go ahead and you nurture people? Okay, there's a couple of different ways on it, and a lot of people obviously talk about these different things within social media about, oh, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, and I'm just going to demystify it for you right now. Okay, so you have a couple of different things. Okay, so we talked about just the different touch points, and these are I'll say three of the biggest ones that people always think about. Okay, short form content, which is when you're scrolling on Facebook, when you're scrolling on Instagram, and you see let's call it a 10 to 60-second short video. Okay, that is what you call short form content. Okay, long form content is on YouTube. This could be let's call it a 5-minute to a 30-minute, hour, however long it is, video where you are teaching something or walking somebody through on it. And then you also have emails, right? And I could probably continue to go down where you have text messages, right? You have something like this right now where you have live masterminds. Okay. On top of that, you also have a community, right? Which is like our school community, the coaching mastermind, which, by the way, anybody who is not in it, I highly recommend that you go ahead and join. We share a bunch of great information just like this to go ahead and share how you can grow your coaching business, plus also being surrounded by like-minded coaches. But these are all different ways, guys, that you're going to build out the nurture piece, the nurture pillar of your CGE, your community growth ecosystem. So as you're coming on this, each of these things serve a different purpose. So when someone says, oh, you need to be making short form content because if you don't do it, you're going to lose your business. Look, I'm here to simplify things for you and just give you the understanding. Okay. So what's the point of short form content? The point of short form content is to get attention. Okay. And when I say get attention, it's just getting more eyeballs. Okay. And it's also getting those more touch points, right? Because as we talked about, you need 11 different touch points. So if a client sees a bunch of these short form pieces of content, whether it be conscious or subconscious, the more that they see you, the more that they come to know, like, and trust you. And therefore, the closer that they get to reaching these metrics from Google and therefore being ready to purchase from you. So that's one of the valuable pieces of short form content. Now, when it comes to long form content, what you're really doing, this is where the heavy nurturing is, right? And the heavy trust is being built. And the reason why I say that is because it's not like they're just seeing you while they're scrolling on it. They are actively taking the time to sit down and watch one of your videos to learn something. And if you're able inside of your videos to give value to your ideal client, if you're able to speak to their pain points and give them something to where, like, wow, Chris and his team really know a lot of great stuff about it, maybe I consider working with them. Or let's say Billy has an amazing coaching program where he helps people lose weight. And inside of his long form video, he's explaining, here are the 10 most common mistakes that I see people make that get them to fall and start gaining back the weight after they've lost it. Whatever it may be. The long form is a great way to build consistent trust with your person because you're starting to really build a relationship with them. And on top of that too, you're able to showcase the value that you can provide as a coach. Okay. Email is the same sort of thing. Attention, you're getting these little touch points. Same thing with text. Okay. Live mastermind is more in the form of a long form piece of content. And the beautiful piece thing as well, guys, is that all of these, they converge together, because a lot of coaches are like, oh my gosh, Chris, like this CG, it's so much work. Like it's all that. I'm going to simplify it down of what are the most important things that you need to be doing, because yes, it is important for you as you continue to grow your coaching business to add these different pieces into your CGE. But look, I also understand you are a human. You only have 24 hours a day. You ideally like to try to sleep 8 hours a day. Plus you have other things. You have family. You have other commitments that you need to take care of. So I want to make the simplest and fastest way for you to start generating money for your business. So then you can reinvest some of these profits back into building out of these other aspects of your business. I want to give you the high level. And then towards the end of the video, as you can go ahead and stay here, as we get to the end of the mastermind here, we're going to go ahead and break down what are the most important things that you need to be focusing on here. Okay.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chris. A lot of you leave comments and send DMs to me telling me that you need help. Do me a favor. I'm going to tell you the best way to get a hold of me. Shoot me a text message right now at 949-990-5808. Once again, that's 949-990-5808. I'll help you with whatever you guys need. I got your back. Let's get back to the video.
So coming here, as we're talking about a school community, things to nurture, okay? The beautiful part is that all of these things can just be housed inside of it. So inside of our school community, once a week, this call right here, we have a live mastermind where we come and we share different topics, okay? This, every single week, gets recorded. Now, why is that important? Because what we're going to do is we're going to take this live mastermind right here. And why in the world is live mastermind something that you should include within your CGE, the nurture pillar of that? Because within the live mastermind, you're able to start building a more personal relationship with your people. What do I mean by that? For example, Julie, you're here, or Brad, you right here, or Nicole, look, you guys are here. And the beautiful part is it's not just like it's a static video to where you're needing to go ahead and watch it. You can go ahead and drop your questions in, drop your comments. I can go ahead and notice things by your facial expression that, okay, I need to explain this or explain that, whatever it is. So as we're doing this, having this live mastermind piece is great because you're able to showcase your value. You're able to teach them, which get people to know, like, and trust you. And on top of that too, you're able to start making more content for your business, for your community and all of that. Now, taking this here, right? So you have your community, which is school, okay? Inside of that, and I'm just giving you me and TD Coach as an example, okay? We have these live masterminds. And then what we actually are going to do is we're going to take this live mastermind and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to have one of my editors take it, chop it up, maybe take out any dual areas of what I need to, and we're going to go ahead and post it on YouTube. Now it's going to go ahead and serve as a long form piece of content. So now somebody that's interested and understand the most important thing that you need to do in order to grow your coaching is they can go ahead and see it. They'll watch it and they'll be like, oh, wow, Chris knows a thing or two. Maybe I'll consider working with him. Or maybe if they don't, right? And this is the beautiful part of the CGE. Think about that spider web. Maybe they don't even think that immediately, that they want to go ahead and work with me. That's fine. What they're going to do is maybe they click on another one of my videos, whether it be immediately, whether it be in a week from now, whether it be in a month from now. Maybe they see one of my short form pieces of content. So now like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, oh yeah, Chris. Okay, got it. And then they start getting to know me. And then they go ahead and they want, let's say I have some sort of call to action. Hey, enter your name, phone number, and email so that you can go ahead and get this free 10-page template to go ahead and send out emails, whatever it may be. Now the beautiful piece is that now I get their email. And now they're going to go ahead and get the emails for my live mastermind to join the school community, whatever it is. And so these are the touch points, and this is how it really starts to build. And like I said, regardless of whoever you're coming in contact with, if you can really build out the CGE and make that spider web, you will get people constantly involved within your ecosystem and make it so that they continually show up and then they eventually convert into high ticket paying clients. Okay. So these are a couple of different things that you can do in order to nurture and have this piece of your coaching business built out and your CGE to make sure that you're constantly doing it. Because you have to also remember, like I said before, you're only a human. You have 24 hours a day. Ideally, you sleep 8 hours and you have other commitments. You cannot go ahead and be talking with thousands of people one-on-one every single day. I should say it'd be very difficult for you to have meaningful conversations with 1,000+ people every single day. But the beautiful thing is as you build the CGE, like I talked about in the very beginning, building a business that serves you rather than you serving it. How can you make a system so that you're not needing to constantly be chasing, constantly be worried about when is the money going to go and be coming, or doing all of these different things? And that's what the beautiful part is about having the CGE. Okay. So this is part number 2 of your CGE, which is nurture. Okay. Moving on to step number 3 of the CGE, and that is converting. Okay. So now that you have these different people, you've generated the leads, whether it be through any of the mediums, you've now nurtured them. They're in your school community. They're watching your YouTube videos, all of that. What you're then going to need to do is you're going to want to convert them. Okay. And the first thing that you're going to want to make sure you do is you have some sort of call to action, CTA. And essentially a call to action is just as simple as it sounds. You're going to call somebody to take some sort of action. Okay. So inside of my YouTube videos, you'll notice I have a call to action that says, hey, if you're looking for any sort of help and you would like to go ahead and just get more clarity on it, go ahead and text this phone number. And then I drop a phone number. Why do I do that? Because Once we go ahead and have a name, phone number, email of someone, then we can go ahead and do business with them. We can call them. We can then go ahead and set them onto a demo. And I'm going to break that down more in a minute. But essentially, there needs to be a way to where you call to action to get someone's name. You need to get their email and you need to get their phone number. Okay. Now, as we're doing this, once again, why in the world do I want the name? Because obviously I want to understand who I'm working with. Number two, email, because those are the touch points, those are the nurturing. And the more that people are able to see the value in these different things, even if they are not necessarily responding to your emails, but they're opening your emails or they're seeing it and they're getting some sort of value from it, that's building toward that 7-11 form that I spoke to you about before, getting them closer to the point to where they're willing and ready to buy from you. And ultimately, the reason why for the phone, because that's the best way to get a hold of someone. As you continue to grow this and you have a lot of phone numbers, getting an appointment setter to call these people and book them on a demo will be massive. Okay. So you could do a call to action where you get their name, phone number, email. Another call to action is you can go ahead and say, hey, book a time. Okay. And they just directly go on the calendar. Or you could also just do a call to action where they just directly buy. That's another great option as well for you. Okay. So as you're doing this, you've generated a lead, you've nurtured them. Now it's a matter of actually converting them on it. Okay. So you need a way to contact them. So get the name, phone number, email, you book a time, or they go ahead and buy. The most common one that I typically see here and work with coaches on is the name, phone number, email. Now, once you have the person's name, phone number, email, the way it'll typically flow is you have the phone call. Okay. And within this, you have some sort of CRM or way to keep all the data organized. Because if you're working with thousands of people, it's fairly difficult to go ahead and keep everything in your mind to remember every single small detail about the person. Okay. So you have this organized ideally in some sort of CRM, which stands for customer relationship manager, just some sort of software that organizes all of this for you. Okay. Your contacts. So you go ahead, you get somebody on the phone, you call them. And then what you do is you get them on a demo, right? Which is typically on Zoom. And the reason why we like to go on Zoom when taking these sales calls, when taking these demos, is because there's more, we should say, personalization / there's more trust. Because, right, you have to remember, if somebody doesn't trust you or doesn't believe that you can get them from where they are now to where they want to be, they're not going to buy from you. So the more aces that you can stack in your deck in your favor to increase the probability that you close, the better off it is. And typically, if somebody can see you on Zoom, the more likely they are to trust you because they see you. They're able to do that. And also it helps you in the fact of closing because you can see the mannerisms of the person, everything like that. On that. And then once you obviously get them on the Zoom, then the whole thing is you need to go ahead and close them. And it's as simple as that. We typically have people sign contracts just to make sure it's crystal clear. Hey, here's what we're telling you you're going to get. Here's the investment, so on and so forth. And then you have that and you collect payment as well. Okay. How long do you typically do on the, so the phone calls, that's a great question. So as we're coming here, phone calls are typically, we'll call it 10 to 15 minutes is what we're seeing. If you guys are not familiar inside of the school and also on my YouTube, I have a couple of videos that I break down the appointment setting framework. So if you do want that, you can go ahead and reach out to myself, to David, and any of the other team members, and they can go and help you out on that. But ultimately, for the phones, 10 to 15 minutes, the framework, as I said, you can find in some other videos. The Zoom demo, I typically recommend setting aside 60 minutes. And the reason why is because you just want to make sure that you have more than sufficient time to really walk through everything. And once again, guys, the thing that I want to recall or remind you, I should say, is when you have this nurturing piece in place, it's not as much of you needing to sell the person on who you are, why they need to work with you. If you really get this nurturing piece down, they're going to go ahead and be getting on the calls and they're already going to understand who you are. They're already going to know, like, and trust you. And they just need the specifics of your program and the final investment. Therefore, it typically shouldn't take more than 60 minutes, but I always like to allocate for 60 minutes just to make sure there's more than sufficient time to go through everything. And then obviously the closing piece is you close on it. Okay. So within that, this is the third piece of it, right? It's converting. And the way that you convert, once again, you need some sort of way to communicate with this person, name, phone number, email, book a time, buy, whatever it is. And the way that you do that is once you have these different nurture pieces, right? Whether it be through you've generated a lead on it, and now you've been able to go ahead and consistently nurture them to the point to where they're comfortable. And then you go ahead, you get them on the phone, and then you get them into the point to where they're now on a demo, whatever that is. That's option one. It could also be, okay, you're doing organic traffic, you have some sort of YouTube, and now you do some sort of call to action on them to where you're getting their name, phone number, email to where whatever it is, they book a time, right? As you're doing this is how you're going to go ahead and convert them and go in on it. Okay. So obviously I know I've discussed a lot of different things. To recap, okay, we're talking about the CGE, which stands for your community growth ecosystem. And this is the number one most important thing that you need to be doing in order to grow your coaching business. Because if you don't do this, number one, it's going to make it extraordinarily difficult for you to grow it. Because like we talked about before, people on average need 7 hours of content over 11 different touch points and 4 different mediums. So if you're just going and trying to go out and close immediately, you're going to be missing a lot of sales. That's part one. Okay. Number two, if you don't have the generation piece of your business, that means that you're primarily going to solely be focusing on word of mouth, which a lot of coaches do. And therefore, you're not going to have consistency within your business. So you can have a great month and you have a terrible month, whatever it is. Okay. So remember, guys, there are 3 different parts of this CGE. Okay. Number one is going to be the generating piece of it, right? How do you generate leads? Number 2 is going to be nurturing. So how do you actually nurture these leads and get them to know, like, and trust you? And then lastly, you need to go ahead and obviously convert these people to become paying customers of yours. Okay. So we've talked about a lot of different things. So coming back to it, I'm going to simplify as we begin to wrap up here. Okay. So once again, guys, we're talking about your CGE, your community growth ecosystem. We have the generate piece, we have the nurture piece, and we have the convert piece. As I shared with you before, what I recommend in the generate piece, if you are serious about growing your coaching business, you want to do this long term, and also you're wanting to go ahead and help the most amount of people make the most amount of money, I recommend you start running paid ads. Why is that the case? Like I discussed before, is the most consistent way to where you can go ahead and get people in your business. You can go ahead and get progress much faster. We could literally go ahead and get everything set up, and within the next 24 hours, you have leads coming into your business that are ready to go ahead and learn more about your business or on that, and you're getting into this piece on it. And another thing too, I want to mention, we talked about the 7-Eleven with Google. You have to remember, this is obviously averages. Some people might take a little longer, some people might be shorter. Some people might be ready immediately to go ahead and buy from you. So as you're doing this within paid ads, it can also go ahead and pan out immediately for you to where the person is just at that point to where they're ready to go ahead and buy. So that's something to consider too. So number one of building your CGE is generate. And what I highly recommend is just start running paid ads. Go ahead and start your first meta campaign. So running it on Facebook and Instagram. Now, if you're unfamiliar with how to do this, how to set it up and everything, I do have a bunch of content inside of the school community on my YouTube as well. More of it is on the school community. So go ahead and check that out if you are interested. Obviously, if you're ever wanting to go ahead and work with us, we help build all of this stuff out for you. We build your CGE, we start your lead generation campaigns, we build websites, we do all these different things. I'll touch more upon that in a minute. But step number one of your CGE that I recommend for you, start running paid ads, start getting leads in the door. You can go ahead and use some of my videos as a reference, or you could also just split test yourself. But I would recommend trying to do that just so you don't possibly burn money or waste money because you're doing something wrong. Okay. So that's the first thing that I recommend for you. Okay. Nurturing. What I recommend start doing, make a community and then go ahead and do a live mastermind. Now, why do I recommend this? The reason I recommend it is because now you're going to have something to where all of these leads they are generating, they have a place. And honestly, what we typically do with our clients is we have the community and we run the paid ads directly to the community. Why do we do that? Because as people see more individuals inside of that, it adds more validity to you as a coach, number one. Number two, you're able to get closer to the 7-Eleven so that people can buy. They come to know, like, and trust you more. And also, they're consistently just getting to become more involved within your CGE, your spider web, and move more towards the center. Okay. So that's the reason why you have the community. The reason why for live masterminds, the same way that I discussed before, it is the best way to go ahead and start building a more personal relationship with them at scale. Right. And then what you do is you record all of your live masterminds and then you post that onto YouTube. And on top of that, too, you can also clip all of these little things that you're doing from these live masterminds and make short form pieces of content if you wish as well. So nurture piece, all that you need to do, you make a community, you send people into the community, regardless of whether you're paid ads, you make a community. This could be a Facebook group. This could be a school community. This could be a community, let's call it a Discord. You could also do it directly through Go High Level. They have a community feature. There's a lot of different things that you can do in order to make a community. It could be a Facebook Messenger chat. It could be a group chat. Not necessarily what I recommend, but just something to where people can interact with each other. And then typically on a once a week basis at least, go ahead and do some sort of live mastermind. And the beautiful part behind this is you're nurturing and adding more value into your community. And on the same sense too, what you're able to do is also have it where you are taking this content and then moving it into the YouTube for your long form content. Okay, so we have that there. And then the last piece when it comes to convert, as you're running paid ads, as you're getting people into your community, typically the best thing that I recommend is get people's name, phone number and email, right? So I'm just going to do phone. I'm going to do N as a name and then E as an email. So you get these three things, and now you can go ahead and you can do business with someone. And that's the beautiful part behind it. So as you're going through this, that's the stuff that I recommend. And then also as you're inside of the live masterminds, as honest, and there's no shame behind this, as I'm about to do here in a second, you go ahead and you have periodic call to actions within your videos. Okay. So this is the high level of what you need to be doing in regards to building your CGE, the most important thing you need to do. Okay. Number one, you need to generate. Number two, you need to nurture. And number three, you need to convert. These are the three pillars of building out your CGE. Now, obviously, you guys are more than welcome to go ahead and start running your paid ads. Go start building your community. Go start your live mastermind. Go ahead and get the name, phone number, emails. Go ahead and call them. Go ahead and set the demos. Go ahead and close them, all of these different things. But as I've discussed before, you guys are experts in your endeavor, whether that be losing weight, that be stock trading, whatever it is. And ultimately, what we specialize in is obviously helping you guys go ahead and get to that next level. So if you guys are interested in partnering with us so we can build this entire CGE, we like to do a done with you, not a done for you, to where you have no understanding of what's going on in your business or how it works, not a done by you to where you're not getting our help and support. It is a done with you, where it's a mix of we can go ahead and come in, we literally set everything up on your ads. We go ahead and we get the copy, which is the text. We make the graphics. We go ahead and we script any sort of videos we need to do. We go ahead and we set everything up for you. We go ahead and we get your community up. We go ahead and give you the framework for a live mastermind. We set up your backend software in the CRM. We give you the scripts for how you go ahead and you call people, how you go ahead and you close people, how you do everything. We give you special financing, all of these different things. And especially for you guys here, after working with hundreds of coaches, the reason why we set this program up the way that we did is because we've come to find that something that might take you 10 hours might only take us 1 hour. So we want to go ahead and help expedite you in that process. So when it comes, let's say you maybe don't have a website, we build a website for you. We get a professional email for you. We launch your first campaign. We get all these different things. We're in the process of also creating a partnership to where we will literally get a salesperson for you, commission based. So you don't pay them unless they go ahead and they make you money. So where you can go ahead and have them work your leads for you that we're generating as well. So if you guys are interested in doing that, we're actually launching this new program right now. It's called Pay As You Profit. And what it simply is just as the name. We allow you guys to come in for anywhere from 0 to 10% of our upfront investment to work with us. And you're able to go ahead and get all of our systems, get everything going. We typically like to get launched within the first 7 days, typically, is what it is. And we go ahead and you have it to where you could come in, leverage these systems, and literally start paying as you profit. Because as you use these systems, they've worked for many, many coaches. As you guys have probably seen already, I've helped coaches, me and my entire team, we've helped coaches sell over $10 million online. So with that said, these systems work and we know it. So you can go ahead and come in for as little as 0 to 10% down, and then go ahead and pay the remaining amount of the investment to work with us to get these systems as you continue to profit. So if that is something you guys are interested in going ahead and doing, I'm going to go ahead and drop a link here in the chat. If you are watching this on some sort of replay, I will include a link inside of the comments, inside of the description, so you can go ahead and click on it, because ultimately what we found is that there needs to be more coaches like you. That's the reason why we made TD Coach, because there are amazing coaches out there that have a passion and are expertise in some sort of area, yet they don't just know how to grow the coaching business themselves. And as I shared before, unfortunately, the best marketer wins. And we've come to find it's not everyone. There's a lot of people out there that just aren't genuine, don't care about the results of their clients. And what we want to do here is we want to make a community of like-minded individuals that know that they have a calling and a purpose from God to go ahead and help other people grow and become better versions of themselves in whatever it may be. And that's what we're looking to do here. And this is the best way that we've come to find it, where you can go ahead and come in so that money isn't even a problem for you. We give you all the systems you need. You start making money. We make money. You help more people. Everyone's happy. And it's the best way to go about it. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and click the link either down right here, right now, inside of the Zoom chat, or in the description if you're watching the playback. If you guys did also enjoy this, go ahead and drop a 1 down in the chat. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, if you are not already involved, go ahead and join our school community so you can continue to get more content like this. In full transparency, we do these things to help you grow, because we would like to work with you on a deeper level. Obviously, assuming that it works out and we're a good fit, we would like to work with you. We do want to make it so that you can help more people, so you can go ahead and help reach and give out more of your God-given purpose of being here on that. So with that said, it was great seeing you all here today on the Mastermind. If you were not here live and you're watching a recording, we'd love to have you here We have, once again, every single week. If you go inside of our school community, you'll be able to see the schedule and everything. And we look forward to seeing you guys here on Next Mind or next video. And we'll see you guys very soon.
Hey guys, I wanted to tell you that you are the true coaches and the real students. You made it till the end of the video. Do me a favor, share this with a friend who wants to go to another level. Also, make sure you like the video, comment below so I know who you are, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for the channel, as we will be dropping more valuable content every single day. See you soon.